Hello friends, I'm on my way to the desert again, and in this video I'm going to tell you why I love to go all these desert destinations. And actually it's my little spiritual connection. So don't worry, in this video I will not make a sermon and preach, so it's just nice chat, so keep on watching. So way back in 1972, somebody I knew went on a pilgrimage to visit Jabal Musa, or the mountain of Moses in Israel, Mount Sinai. And that was the location at St. Catherine's Cathedral, or St. Catherine's Church. But I'll get to that in a moment with a slideshow. But anyway, 10 years later, a fellow called Wyatt found the real Mount Sinai in Saudi Arabia, which is Jabal Al-Laws. So I'll get to all these names and the meanings and the spellings in a little bit. But anyway, the moral of the story, this friend was taken to the wrong place, because they went to Jabal Musa in Israel. So the question I'm asking myself is now, why do pilgrim tour operators still take pilgrims to the wrong place? It's obviously only years later, with YouTube and so on, that all these facts are revealed. So I can find my own little spiritual adventure here in our local deserts, and that is what this video is about. And as I said in the beginning, this is not a sermon or a preach whatever, so just keep on watching. Okay, at this point we've got a little deer running next to the side of the road. When I spotted the little deer, I just slowed down because I was scared the little character would run in front of the car. But he was sort of searching the fence and hopping along, and he finally found freedom away from the road. In the following video section you can see my Namibian desert travels. This was the southern part of Namibia, this was towards Ludritz, and in the next slide you can see the feral horses in Namibia. And the desert landscape is just really awesome. Here you can see my motorcycle, and I'm on my way to Ludritz. And then during the travel, passing through the sand desert, it's just amazing. But to get back to our story of Jabal al-Musa, there I've turned the circle of the wrong place. That is actually in Israel, whereas the real Jabal al-Laws is in Saudi Arabia. And Jabal al-Laws means mountain of almonds. Now, should you know the Bible story, as Moses had led his people to Mount Sinai, and there you can see the route with the Red Sea crossing, and this gives you a perspective of, you know, where we are going to, what we are looking at, and sort of how I find my spiritual. This is actual footage of, and that's my footage, so my photo, so you can just compare this. It's amazing. Now this video section is compliments of the Wyatt Foundation. Here you can see the actual Red Sea crossing, where Moses had led his people through the Gulf of Aqaba. And this is to think that somebody had actually walked to the actual crossing spot. And should you go back to the Wyatt Foundation videos and you watch it all, you can see chariot parts, and there's all sorts of scientific evidence of the actual event. Now, as Moses had got to Mount Sinai, he obviously had hit the rock. That's a rock on the left there, and there is Mount Sinai. Now we get to the part of me finding my own spiritual places. This photograph I've actually taken in Namibia, and I stood on the Namibian side, and the mountain you see there is in the Richtersveld in South Africa. Now obviously it would be impossible for me to travel to Israel, nevertheless to Saudi Arabia. That would be completely impossible. But then as I travel the deserts here in southern Africa, I found that spiritual place. Now, having showed you all this information, in front we've got the Orange River. The Orange River resembles the Gulf of Aqaba, the place where the water had split. And then, in fact, in that photograph, that is a natural sort of flat area there. And then you would notice the mountain at the back almost resembles the real Mount Sinai. So this is sort of where I find my spiritual connection in the desert. Now we can carry on with the destination for our July newsletter, and this is just the last little bit of section towards the campsite. For July I decided to visit the mineral natural hot springs between Berrydale and Ladysmith here in South Africa, and because it's a winter destination, it's a hot spring, it's obviously perfect for a winter destination. There's hot spas, there is Roman baths, or they call it Roman bath. It's actually more private baths, but it doesn't matter. And then they've got outside pools, and I have to say, perfect for a winter destination. So you gotta watch my next video coming up, and that one will be all about this amazing, I would call it the oasis in the desert. So please watch my next video. Thanks for watching this one, and I really hope you enjoyed the reasons why I take on these spiritual, or find these spiritual freedom in visiting the desert. Thanks for watching this one. Cheers.